Hey everybody, how are you? It's Mickey Mikeworth, and I am going to talk today about something that I'm pretty happy about, which is right the love of your life as a business plan. So the idea is this, that the love of your life should be the love of your life, right? So when you're looking at prosperity mindset, when you're looking at some of the other programs that this comes up in as a feed, it is that if you want to have a life that you love, you have to really write a business plan for that. That loving your life means that the love of your life should be loving in your life. And that is takes a little bit of effort. Takes a little bit of effort because you want to work on the narratives that you have going on inside your head that are there because they somehow you believe that they keep you safe, whether that's subconscious or not conscious. It's a lot of times, how do I know that there's a narrative? And I know it because there's resistance. And when when people ask me about being in a prosperity mindset, how do you know when you like are in one, right? Well, you know you're in one when you don't have to carry all this emotional baggage with you to every single thing that you have to do, that you can be willing, right? Agency, that you can lean in to whatever life is presenting. When we have that unwillingness, when we have this real one-mindedness of it can only go one way, or that we are just accepting that there's no better answer, that is when you are start to really look at what are the narratives that are playing inside your head. And those narratives are often there to keep yourself safe. And sometimes it doesn't make sense. So for me, it's kind of like I work in files, right? So I'm a business strategist. So I'm working on a file all the time. I have right. So again, every hour of my day is spent with a folder. And a folder that has something to do with it. And and when I look at limiting beliefs, sometimes they're not real big ones, so that you kind of don't recognize them. It's like somebody just plops a sticky note on my file folder of life. And then I just take it on as that narrative. That narrative might be urgent. That narrative might be not safe. That narrative might be they don't like me. That narrative can be a lot of things. But sometimes it's not this limiting behavior doesn't have to be something that like stops your life from going forward. It just detours it a little bit. It just ever so slightly kind of moves you in a different direction. And that's that narrative. And a lot of times it's a narrative that I didn't even recognize because it was just this little sticky note that said, don't go that way. You should probably do something different. And so one of the things that you want to really take practice in how do you love your life? You love your life by writing it out, by going, well, what is the life I love? What do I love about my life today? What is the part of what I'm doing that is completely delicious and seductive and my favorite? You should have something that is amazing every day. Sometimes that amazing thing is a cheese tortilla. Some days that amazing thing is the sunshine outside. Today it was this feather that I found, this feather that just magically appeared uh, in my office. So somehow a message got to my desk today. And so you want to be able to think about the things, right? The love of your life should be the love of your life. And it takes a business plan. And that business plan is understanding all these narratives that could also be limiting beliefs or one-mindedness or a lot of things, but it's this narrative that's going on inside. And that narrative are the things that are kind of just not true. And so sometimes I will pick those. So those limiting beliefs I have sometimes are that something's going to take me too long, right? Somebody just slapped that sticky note on my folder, and who slapped it on? It doesn't matter who slapped it on. It just got stuck on my folder of life. And there are many of them. There are many choices that I make that I go, Oh, I have this limiting belief. I have this limiting belief that my husband doesn't like this thing, or that my kid doesn't like this thing, or that this thing is there. I'm amazed at how many of these there are. So, what you have to start learning in this business plan of your own life is you have to start learning how to reframe and invite new beliefs. And that is sometimes, so I'll give you one from my other piece, which a lot of times I'll find something and I think, oh, oh, they need that, right? So I'll be out shopping and I'll shop for other people because I'm out shopping. I don't need anything, so I should just shop for other people. Well, there's a limiting belief. You know what? Actually, I don't need to shop for anybody else. Or I'll call people or I'll send a picture. And what I found by challenging and reframing to be like, hey, I think you like this. Do you need me? Do you need me to get this for you? Do you need this? Do you even like this? So I have to reframe it so I can invite a new belief or assumption. And that belief or assumption is that maybe they don't need that. Maybe they don't won't love that. So, just just kind of checking out that thing, right? So what that looks like for me taking a picture with my phone. I did it with a pair of shorts the other day to go, hey, do you like these shorts? Do you need shorts? No, I don't need shorts. Okay, boom, I can take that away, right? That sticky note that, oh, I see something. I put the sticky note on myself. Oh, I better buy my kids some shorts. No, they don't need shorts. Okay, done. Move on. Move on. When you start to reframe, it's to really take out the assumption. And the assumption is that just because I see it doesn't mean I need it. Just because I see it doesn't mean that other person needs it. Just because it makes a fit in my life or their life doesn't mean that they want that, right? So I just take a picture of it. Hey, do you want this? And sometimes it works in really weird ways because I grocery shop for my mom sometimes. And I'll just take a picture. Do you want these chips? No, I don't want chips. Okay. Do you want this thing? No. Okay. Yes. Sometimes I'll be like, well, let's see if she likes this. Boom. Do you want this? And randomly, it was cucumbers. Yeah, I'll take some cucumbers. Okay. Great. I'll pack them up for you. It is reframing how you're looking at things. It's reframing to invite a new belief system. And a new belief system for me is not that everybody needs everything. A new belief system is to say, I wonder if they would enjoy this. I should ask. I should ask before I just do. I should just ask. And the other times that I look at these narratives that keep us safe is also narratives of roles that we have. So I often have the narrative of shopping is the narrative of the role of the provider. Do I need to provide for all of these people? No, I do not. No, I do not. I actually only have to provide for my future. And you might only have to provide for your future. So challenging them and reframing them in a way that will invite you to new ways of thinking. And that new ways of thinking are sometimes just asking people. So I'm a provider and I am a provider for a lot of people. And to just go, do you need that? Do you need me to provide that for you? And a lot of times, I would say more than half of the time, they don't. So we have this assumption and a narrative that is going on, and you have to challenge those narratives, and you'll find your own way to do that. And the way that I think about that is that sticky note that either am I putting it on this file of life or is someone else putting that on that file of life? What are these limiting beliefs? And there are assumptions. Sometimes they're one-mindedness. Sometimes they're unwillingness. We had this assumption that so and so didn't eat vegetables. I said, I'm going to challenge that assumption. And I challenged it with ginger carrots. And I said, you know what? I know that you don't normally like vegetables, but I think you might actually like these because they're sweet and they're kind of delicious. And so by taking away my assumption to say, I recognize that that may be true, but I actually think you'll like them. Would you like to try them? And my friend is like, oh my gosh, if carrots tasted like this my whole life, I'd have them forever. Right? So she was willing to take in a new way. So as opposed to shutting it down and saying, I'm never going to offer my friend vegetables. because vegetables are really helpful. We all need vegetables, even if they're ginger carrots. So one of the things I want you to think about is in your prosperity mindset, you're going to challenge all of these sticky notes. You're going to challenge some of the things of the way you've thought about them in the past and see if they are just these little tweaks. It's not one big thing. Most people think a limiting belief is this one big thing, and if they move that big thing, everything will move, right? Because people often go, I have limiting beliefs about money. I have limiting beliefs about all these other things. It's often not those. It is often these little sticky notes that we've kind of put onto every little thing, and then we don't do it. And then we start to avoid, or we start to move things away, or we start to feel unsafe, or that we are not secure in that decision. And we make assumptions, or we have real one mindedness. It can only be done this one way. You can only take that one road and that one way. I often laugh about it with my husband to tell him that he's parking in the wrong spot. And he's like, well, I don't believe you're driving. Yes, I believe I am backseat driving from the side. We all do it. And as you are moving forward and you're building this love affair of your life, you're going to have a business plan. And that business plan involves looking at your assumptions and being kind and gentle and thoughtful about it, but being consistent. You have to be willing to take a breath and to check the file. Just check the file and see if there's a sticky note on there that maybe doesn't need to be there. Have a great day. I will see you soon. Bye.